Hi, this is Pat DeLuca. Welcome to DP2 Insights. In this video, we're going to take a quick overview of importing subject information. And during the next couple of minutes, we'll try to highlight some of the important things to think about if you're new to this process. So to import subject information in this particular order, you can see I've already imported the kids. And this could be a chroma key order. As you can see, all of these kids are green screen. So at this point, I have my images and I need to pull in my subject information or my subject data. And I can show you that data real quickly. These are my images. And is my sample data folder. And in your lab, this information is going to probably be either automated through some system in your lab, or you're going to be looking at it in an Excel spreadsheet. In this particular case, I'm just using a notepad document, and you'll see at the top, I've got the fields that are popular: last name, first name, grade, teacher, homeroom, and then a series of package and quantity fields. I'm going to go ahead then in DP2, and I'm going to go to categories, then to import, then to subject info import. If you've been using DP2 for a while, you may have used Open Text Database or OpenJet Database, but I strongly encourage you to try using the wizard because it shows you all of the data. It's a much easier and simpler way to do it. So first thing is to find that data file that I want to import. And I'm going to just go ahead and go to my sample data folder. And again, if you're in an automated setting, then you won't see all of these steps, but in fact, the very same things are happening. So I'm going to go ahead, open up my data file. DP2 is automatically going to tell me that it's okay. It's converting it to XML. I can view the data fields. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and select chroma key. I still have the same data fields. It's just not going to populate all of them. To view the data, select all my data, then I'm going to go ahead and import it. I'm going to import my data. DP2 is going to open up the process subject info dialog box. In this case, I'm going to select the order that I want to import that data into, that I've already brought in the images. It shows me my info type. And I'm going to start my subject ID at 001. There's a lot of different ways to associate subject information to a particular image. So as an example, if I weren't using a numeric value, I could use a field. And perhaps if I had a table that had student ID in it or image file name and so on, I could use that. But in this case, I'm going to use a numeric value. I'm going to select Go. DP2 is going to show me the fields. It's going to tell me where I'm getting it from. And then it's going to say, are you ready to add 52 subject info records? Yes. DP2 is going to process those records. Close this window, close this window. Now, when I look in my order data table and I select info, I have populated my info. So I now have a subject ID for each one of the images or each one of the data records. What I don't have yet is a relationship between this table and the image. So if I were to go to edit the image, I still have a blank subject ID. So in this case, because I used an ascending numeric value, I'm simply going to select all my images and right click and say set subject ID. I could set the subject ID to a field in the table if I had done it that way, as I pointed out when we're looking at the import subject information process window. I'm going to say subject ID. In this case, I'm using the enter subject ID. I'm going to start with that incrementing value. I'm starting at 1 and incrementing at 1. If you had 3 images per child, you could increment it at 3. If you had 2, and so on. So I'm going to select set. So now you can see that each one of these kids now has a third value. That value is the ascending value, subject information value. Now when I open up the info table, if I were to select one image rather than all of them, I can see that now I have a relationship between that subject ID value and the subject ID value in that table. And it's really that simple. If it's happening in an automated way in your lab and you're not having to go through the steps every day. One other note about subject information, if you're using Manage Images, if I were to go to the Manage Images screen, and as you might remember, I didn't have some of the background data and so on, and I needed to be able to add that data manually for whatever reason. When I select this image, in Manage Images in the Inspect tab, I can see all of the information, whether or not it's been color corrected. I can look and add to, so if I wanted to add a background, say that I had information that said this child wanted background A or double A as background 1, and that's going to be discussed in the Manage Images videos. I can go ahead and enter it here if I had a student ID and so on. This type of information then can be edited. This is also a good way, if it's coming in automatically, to see it all, to make changes if you need to, as well as if we had some, go ahead and look at preview those order items that were relevant to this particular image. And that is the short version of import subject info. Thank you.